Hello everyone, welcome to our TLE class, Quarter 2, Week 4. For this week's learning competencies, 1. Discuss occupational safety and health, OSH, hazards in fisheries. 2. Discuss advantages and disadvantages of organic aquaculture. 3. Identify different aquaculture methods and selected practices. 4. Determine the area and depth requirement of aquaculture facilities. And for our short review, directions. Determine whether the statement is fact, true, or bluff, false. 1. Aquatic pollution, as defined in the Republic Act No. 10654 Section 107, shall be unlawful. Is it fact, or bluff? Very good, it is a fact. 2. Republic Act No. 10654 is an amendment to the Philippine Agriculture Code of 1998. Is it fact, or bluff? Yes, very good, it is a bluff. It is Fisheries Code and not Agriculture Code. 3. All aquatic and fishery resources, whether inland, coastal, or offshore, including fish ponds, fish pens or cages. Is it fact, or bluff? Very good, it is a fact. 4. One of the Technical Committee of Rule 107.2 shall be composed of representative from the Environmental Management Bureau of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, DENR. Is it fact, or bluff? Very good, it is a fact. 5. Fish capture technology encompasses the process of catching any land animal. Is it fact, or bluff? Very good, it is a bluff. The correct word is aquatic. Whether working on board a fishing vessel or in port, fishers are often exposed to occupational hazards. Fishing requires working for long hours at sea, often at night and in rough weather. The work involves transporting and operating heavy equipment and gears and handling of sometimes dangerous catches. The work in commercial fisheries can therefore have severe health consequences, cause accidents, injuries, and fatalities. Health and safety in fisheries are a complex issue with multiple aspects. Fishing is performed under unpredictable and rapidly changing weather and sea conditions, yet many fishing vessel crew are lacking any form of protection. Many fishing crews, particularly in small-scale fisheries, have only informal and self-employed work arrangements, lack proper employment contracts and have limited or no access to Social Security, including pensions, disability, and health insurance. A large majority of fishing crews worldwide have not received basic safety training nor have access to safety gear and protective clothing while working on board, which contributes to their exposure to occupational hazards. In addition, cultural norms and views around masculinity tend to influence the perception of risks and behavior of fishers. Here are the occupational health issues commonly encountered in commercial fisheries. 1. Cancers and allergies, such as skin cancers, from lengthy and unprotected exposure to ultraviolet, UV, rays from the sun. 2. Eye disorders, such as sunburned eyes and blurred vision, from overexposure to UV rays from the sun. 3. Injuries, from sharp objects on deck, gears or fish handling. 4. Hearing disorders, from working in noisy engine rooms. 5. Musculoskeletal disorders, from falls on slippery wet surfaces, getting caught in winches or other machinery or from lifting heavy loads. 6. Suicides, from lengthy periods of stress and fatigue. 7. Drug and alcohol addictions. Here are safety warning or hazard alert in commercial fisheries. 1. Do not get caught in winches or machinery. 2. Wear gloves when handling catch. 3. Limit alcohol consumption on board. 4. Be careful with deck openings and hatches. 5. Wear protective clothing. 6. Check ladders before use. A hazard is a situation that poses a level of threat to life, health, property, and environment. Hazards can be dormant or potential, with only a theoretical risk of harm. However, once a hazard becomes active, it can create an emergency. A hazard that has come to pass is called incident. Hazard and possibility interact together to create risk. Here are the types of hazard. 1. Natural hazard. It is a natural phenomenon that might have a negative effect on people or the environment. Natural hazard events can be grouped into 4 broad categories. First, we have geophysical hazards. These hazards are driven by geological, i.e., Earth, processes, in particular, plate tectonics. This includes earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Next, we have meteorological hazards. These hazards driven by meteorological, i.e., weather, processes, in particular those related to temperature and wind. This includes heat wave, cold waves, cyclones, hurricanes, and freezing rain. Next, we have hydrological hazards. Hazards driven by hydrological, i.e., water, processes. This includes floods, droughts, mudslides, and tsunamis. 2. Man-made hazard. Anthropological hazards are those hazards caused directly or indirectly by human action or inaction. They can be contrasted with natural hazards. These are the result of carelessness or human errors during technological and industrial use. Disasters are in the form of accidents, which occur all of a sudden and take a huge toll on life and property. Mostly such disasters cause injuries, disease, and casualties where they occur. Anthropogenic hazards may adversely affect human, other organisms and biomes and ecosystems. Here are the types of natural and man-made hazard in fisheries. 1. Cyclone. Cyclone is a large scale of air mass that rotates around a strong center of low atmospheric pressure. In the northern hemisphere, cyclones are called hurricanes or typhoons, and their winds blow in an anti-clockwise circle. In the southern hemisphere, these tropical storms are known as cyclones, whose winds blow in a clockwise circle. In common terms, cyclone can be described as a giant circular storm system whose wind speed must be more than 119 km per hour. 2. Floods. Floods refer to the inundation of large parts of land which otherwise remain dry by water for some duration of time. Floods are 2 types, natural floods and catastrophic floods. The floods in the mountainous regions due to cloudbursts or damming of streams are referred to as flash floods. In flash floods, the water drains away quickly but only after causing extensive damage. Floods are also caused by heavy snow melting. 3. Drought. It is a condition of abnormally dry weather within a geographic region. It is the lack or insufficiency of rain for an extended period of time in a specific region. During droughts, rainfall is less than normal, causing a water imbalance and resultant water shortage. It occurs when the rate of evaporation and transpiration exceeds precipitation for a considerable period. Droughts usually occur in hot, dry areas of land. In most cases the area is dry because there is very minimal rainfall. The rain that does fall will be quickly absorbed into the ground or blown away by the dry airflow that moves along the ground. Therefore, the land is very dry and not many things can live there. 4. Tsunami. Tsunami is a Japanese word with the English translation, harbor wave. Also known as seismic sea wave. It is a series of waves in a water body caused by the displacement of a large volume of water, generally in an ocean or a large lake. Tsunami may reach a maximum vertical height onshore above sea level, often called a run-up height, of 10, 20 and even 30 meters. 5. El Niño. It is defined by prolonged differences in Pacific Ocean surface temperature when compared with the average value. The accepted definition is a warming or cooling of at least 0.5 degrees Celsius average over the east-central tropical Pacific Ocean. It affects the global climate and disrupts normal weather patterns, which as a result can lead to intense storms in some places and droughts in others. It also affects the Indian climate by altering rainfall, floods, marine habitat, and storm patterns. And for the Occupational Safety and Health, OSH, hazards. OSH is a risk associated with working in specific occupations. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, describes 5 categories of occupational hazards: ergonomic health, physical health, biological, psychological health, environmental and chemical risk factors. 1. Ergonomic health. It is the science of fitting jobs to workers instead of trying to get the worker to fit the job. It focuses on designing workstations, tools and work tasks for safety, efficiency, and comfort. Ergonomics seeks to decrease fatigue and injuries, along with increasing comfort, productivity, job satisfaction and safety, because work injuries are not inevitable, and a well-designed job should not hurt you. Ergonomics is important because when you're doing a job, and your body is stressed by an awkward posture, extreme temperature, or repeated movement, your musculoskeletal system is affected. Your body may begin to have symptoms such as fatigue, discomfort, and pain, which can be the first signs of a musculoskeletal disorder. What are musculoskeletal disorders or MSDs? Musculoskeletal disorders or MSDs are cumulative and chronic injuries of the soft tissue muscles, tendons, ligaments, nerves, joints, and blood vessels. The body has limits and can fail or wear out when abused or misused. MSDs are defined as injuries to muscles, tendons, ligaments, joints, nerves, and discs that are caused or aggravated by our actions and/or environment that does not follow safe and healthy work practices. A well-known MSD is carpal tunnel syndrome, which occurs when the nerve, which runs from the forearm into the palm of the hand, becomes pressed or squeezed at the wrist. The carpal tunnel, a narrow, rigid passageway of ligament and bones at the base of the hand, houses the 5 median nerves and tendons. Sometimes, thickening from irritated tendons or other swelling narrows the tunnel and causes the median nerve to be compressed, resulting in pain, weakness, loss of grip or numbness in the hand and wrist, radiating up the arm. The symptoms of MSDs are pain, tingling, weakness, drowsiness, stiffness, clumsiness, sensitivity, swelling, burning sensation, difficulty moving. And the ergonomic risk factors are force, overhead work, carrying, contact stress, gripping, vibration, heaving, lifting, awkward or prolonged postures, push or pull, repetitive activities. Here are some ways to reduce ergonomic risks. 1. Engineering improvements. Engineering improvements include rearranging, modifying, redesigning, or replacing tools, equipment, workstations, packaging parts, or products. These improvements can be very effective because they may reduce or eliminate contributing factors. For example, if your job requires sitting for long periods of time, having an adjustable seat or footstool so that your knees are higher than your hips help protect your lower back. 2. Administrative improvements. Administrative improvements include changing work practices, or the way work is organized, like providing variety in jobs, adjusting work schedules and work pace, providing recovery time, i.e., muscle relaxation time, modifying work practices, ensuring regular housekeeping and maintenance of workspaces, tools, and equipment, and encouraging exercise. 3. Personal protective equipment. Safety gear, or personal protective equipment, PPE, includes gloves, knee and elbow pads, footwear, and other items that employees wear. And for the physical health, it refers to the potential risks that can cause physical harm or injury to workers due to physical agents, factors or conditions present in the workplace. Here are the types of physical hazards. The main factors and conditions associated with physical hazards include 1. Body stressing. Body stress is a collective term covering a broad range of health problems associated with repetitive and strenuous work. Factors influencing body stress. Body stressing injuries, or musculoskeletal disorders, MSD, often develop from ergonomic hazards or carrying out hazardous manual tasks. Body stressing injuries at work can result from a variety of factors. First, psychosocial aspects of work. Factors such as job demands, control, support and satisfaction, imbalance between effort and reward, and monotony of tasks. Financial concerns or relationship issues may also contribute. Second, biomechanical. Soft tissue damage, which may occur through direct exposure, blunt trauma or sudden overload, leading to a muscle tear or sprain, or indirect exposure, repeated light loading, leading to symptoms that may accumulate to cause further degeneration and injury. Third, individual worker characteristics. Factors including health problems or out-of-hours demands. 3. Electricity. Electric shock through poor electrical installation and faulty appliances can cause serious injury and even death. It can result in death from electrocution, burn injuries to skin and internal tissue as well as damage to the heart, and other injuries such as falling from ladders and heights, muscle spasms, palpitations, and unconsciousness. 3. Heat. Heat strain can result from working in hot temperatures and being exposed to high levels of humidity or thermal radiation, such as in foundries, commercial kitchens and laundries. When working in extreme heat conditions, you must be able to carry out work without a risk to your health and safety, so far as is reasonably practicable. 4. Heights. Working at heights is a high-risk activity and a leading cause of death and serious injury. 5. Noise. Noise in the workplace is considered excessive when you need to raise your voice to be heard by someone a meter away. Excessive noise can lead to temporary or permanent hearing loss or tinnitus, ringing in the ears. It can also affect psychological health including anxiety, depression, fatigue, sleeplessness, memory, and decision-making. 6. Vibration. There are risks connected to working with vibrating equipment and plant which need to be assessed and managed. Evidence also shows that people who experience vibration and noise at the same time are more likely to suffer hearing loss and musculoskeletal problems than people exposed to noise or vibration alone. Next, we have biological health. Biological hazards, also known as biohazards, are organic substances that pose a threat to the health of living organisms, primarily humans. This category includes pathogens such as viruses, bacteria, fungi, parasites, and other microorganisms that can cause infections. They also include biological toxins, allergens, and biological vectors that can carry diseases across different species. Biological hazards can affect the human body in several ways, depending on the nature of the hazard and the route of exposure. The primary routes of entry into the body are inhalation. Breathing in airborne pathogens or toxins can lead to respiratory infections or conditions. Examples include tuberculosis bacteria or the spores of fungi. Skin contact. Some biohazards can enter through cuts or abrasions in the skin or can cause infections or allergic reactions upon contact. For instance, blood-borne pathogens like HIV and hepatitis B virus can enter through open wound. Ingestion. Consuming contaminated food or water can result in gastrointestinal illnesses. E. coli or Salmonella bacteria are common causes of foodborne diseases. Inoculation. This occurs when a pathogen is introduced into the body through a puncture, needlestick injury, or a bite from an infected vector, like a mosquito carrying the dengue virus. Mucous membrane exposure. Pathogens can enter the body through the eyes, nose, or mouth. For example, conjunctivitis can be caused by certain viruses or bacteria entering the eye. The measures which need to be taken to eliminate or reduce the risks to workers will depend on the biohazard, but there are a number of common actions that can be implemented. 1. Many biological agents are communicated via air, such as exhaled bacteria or toxins of moldy grains. The production of aerosols and dust should be avoided in the manufacturing process, during cleaning and/or maintenance. 2. Good housekeeping, hygienic working procedures and the use of relevant warning signs are key elements of safe and healthy working conditions. 3. Many microorganisms have developed mechanisms to survive or resist heat, dehydration, or radiation, for example by producing spores. The workplace must develop decontamination measures for waste, equipment and clothing, and appropriate hygienic measures for workers, as well as proper instructions for safe disposal of waste, emergency procedures, and first aid. Next, psychosocial hazard. Psychosocial health. Psychosocial hazards refer to the stressors and factors in the workplace or environment that can cause emotional distress or mental health issues in individuals. They are increasingly recognized as major challenges to occupational health and safety. Psychosocial hazards are aspects of work design, organization, and management, as well as social and environmental factors, that have the potential to cause psychological or physical harm. Examples of psychosocial hazards. 1. Work stress. This can be caused by a variety of factors such as high workloads, tight deadlines, lack of control over work, and poor organizational support. Chronic work stress can lead to burnout, which is characterized by exhaustion, cynicism, and reduced professional efficacy. 2. Workplace violence. This includes bullying, harassment, and physical violence from colleagues, managers, or members of the public. It can lead to physical injury as well as psychological trauma. 3. Work-life balance. Poor work-life balance due to long hours or shift work can lead to stress and conflict between work and family or personal life. 4. Job insecurity. Uncertainty about the future of one's job can be a significant source of stress and anxiety. 5. Poor organizational culture. A workplace that lacks policies for promoting respect and fair treatment may lead to a toxic work environment. 6. Lack of participation and control. Having little influence over one's job or working conditions can lead to dissatisfaction, stress, and a feeling of lack of control. Next, environmental hazard. Environmental health is a field that focuses on how the natural and human-built surroundings as well as behaviors affect human well-being. The field is concerned with preventing disease, death, and disability by reducing exposure to environmental hazards and promoting behavioral change. Environmental hazards are threats to human health and well-being. Here are the importance of workplace health. 1. The world of work is evolving rapidly, and employee health has become a major concern. The COVID-19 pandemic has heightened this awareness, emphasizing the importance of a healthy work environment. 2. Studies indicate that companies implementing a proactive approach to prevention and occupational health and safety standards, OSH, have employees who are healthy, safe, and perform well. 3. Employee health stands as a fundamental pillar within a company's overall framework. Healthy employees are more engaged, productive, and less prone to extended absences or workplace accidents. Here's the role of occupational health prevention services in environmental monitoring. 1. The Occupational Health and Prevention Services, OHPS, play a crucial role in environmental monitoring within companies. 2. Their primary mission is to ensure the protection and promotion of workers' health by assessing occupational risks, including those related to the work environment. As part of workplace environmental monitoring, these services analyze working conditions, potential exposure to environmental pollutants such as chemical, physical, or biological agents, as well as other environmental factors that could impact employee health. 3. These identifications and risk assessments by the Occupational Health and Prevention Services contribute to the implementation of preventive measures and action plans, aiming to reduce occupational accidents and work-related illnesses, which result in economic losses equivalent to 4 to 6% of GDP in most countries, WHO. 4. Promoting a healthy and safe work environment not only helps meet regulatory standards but also enhances the quality of work life, fosters employee well-being, and improves productivity. Here are some of the environmental risks commonly encountered by workers. 1. Air pollution. Possibility of exposure to various pollutants and chemicals. In the service sector, pollutants such as fine particles, carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, or volatile organic compounds or light are found. 2. Noise pollution. Exposure to high levels of noise from machinery, equipment, or industrial processes. According to the INRS or National Institute for Research and Safety, noise represents a significant nuisance in the workplace. 3. Thermal comfort. High temperature can lead to heat strokes, dehydration, and discomfort, with potentially serious health consequences. Low temperature. Exposing workers to cold conditions can result in frostbite, hypothermia, and circulatory problems. Here are the benefits of environmental monitoring. 1. Detection of health risks. Environmental monitoring allows for quickly identifying potential exposures to harmful substances or hazardous working conditions. This facilitates the implementation of preventive measures before health issues manifest among workers. 2. Prevention of occupational diseases. By monitoring work-related environmental factors, health prevention services can help prevent the development of occupational diseases. This includes early detection of risks associated with inhaling chemicals, exposure to carcinogenic agents, etc. 3. Regulatory compliance. By monitoring environmental parameters, health prevention services can ensure that the company complies with health and safety regulations in the workplace, (OSH). This reduces the risk of legal sanctions and enhances the company's reputation. 4. Improvement of productivity. Healthy and safe working conditions contribute to a more productive workforce. By monitoring environmental aspects, companies can minimize absences due to health reasons, reduce costs associated with sick leave, and increase overall productivity. 5. Employee education and awareness. Environmental monitoring provides a solid foundation for employee education and awareness. Informed workers about potential risks are more likely to adopt safe behaviors and correctly use personal protective equipment. 6. Tracking trends and evaluating interventions. By collecting data over an extended period, health prevention services can assess the effectiveness of implemented preventive measures. This allows for adjusting prevention strategies based on observed trends. Next we have chemical hazard. Chemical hazards mean any organic or inorganic substance of a particular identity, any element or uncombined chemical and any combination of such substances, or any mixture or two or more chemical substances. Inhalation, skin absorption, ingestion, or contact with harmful substances can pose risks. In various industries, these substances can be present in the form of liquids, solids, gases, mist, dusts, fumes, and vapors. Here are some examples of chemical hazards. 1. Toxic substances. These can cause various health effects, ranging from mild irritation to severe health conditions, including organ damage and cancer. Toxicity can depend on the dose, duration of exposure, and the nature of the chemical. 2. Corrosives. Chemicals like acids and bases can cause burns on contact with skin or eyes. They can also damage respiratory tissues if inhaled and can corrode metal equipment. 3. Irritants. These substances may not cause immediate damage but can lead to inflammation or irritation of the skin, eyes, nose, or throat with exposure. 4. Sensitizers. Sensitizers can lead to allergic reactions upon exposure. Repeated exposure can increase sensitivity and lead to severe reactions like dermatitis or respiratory issues. 5. Carcinogens. These are substances that are known or suspected to cause cancer. Regular exposure, even at low levels, can be dangerous over time. 6. Mutagens. Mutagenic chemicals can cause changes in the DNA of exposed individuals, leading to genetic mutations. 7. Reproductive toxins. These chemicals affect reproductive capabilities, including fertility issues, developmental disorders, and birth defects. 8. Asphyxiants. These chemicals either consume or displace oxygen in the air or interfere with the body's ability to transport or utilize oxygen, leading to suffocation. Carbon monoxide is a well-known example. 9. Neurotoxins. Substances that have harmful effects on the nervous system, leading to symptoms such as dizziness, tremors, and, in severe cases, brain damage. 10. Systemic toxins. These affect entire body systems or multiple organs, such as the liver, kidneys, or the central nervous system.